it talks in the end. It's this particular video is put out by a religious organization. I think it's Christian, but they're of the mind that like a lot of people, Trump is like basically a savior to come and take down the cabal. So they have the point of view that there's groups of individuals in the government, like some of the military, some of the secret agencies that are trying to take down the cabal. And this is a lot of people are going for this right now. They're really they believe in this that's going on. I mean, we're just reporting the news, so it's whatever to us because there's just a whole lot more. But it's interesting at the end they really focus on that. That there's he's actually part of this group. He was selected and trained to bring down these other evildoers. But as it is, and they call it the Great Revolution, the biggest revolution we've ever seen. But again, all revolutions come down to the point where what's going to take the place. There just could be another. People don't have the awareness. It's just going to be, some other people will come in and take their place and do the same thing, basically, if people don't have an awareness. So we're here to provide that opportunity for people. And we're not political, or we're not trying to bring down anybody. We're just giving people an opportunity to take on a new position with what's going on right now. And that's the key, what's going on right now. It's not what has been or what could be in the future. It's just what we can do with what's going on right now. And so that's where we come in this picture. So
yeah, thanks,
I'll provide a link. Yeah.
For the information. There's so much we don't know. That's what this awareness stuff is all about. And Daune has said it's time for offering the real super knowledge to everyone. This is the time. And this is just an attempt to help share some of the super knowledge to anyone who's listening so that a person can find out about real survival and real freedom and find these things out from these beings that are called universal guides. They're the ones that have the great guidance for us to earn our way, guide us to get out of these psychic realms where all this stuff is going on that we wouldn't want to experience anymore. So if a person tests for themselves the new you as a beginning and see what life shows them in their dreams or in their experiences and during their life, and with the books that are being presented to people to pay attention to and see what they say, and there's Skype groups available and a lot of information about the new presentation on the Facebook and the YouTube and like the Blog Talk radio shows, because it's what's really important. We all have to survive here in this physical realm, and to do that, the way things are set up, it seems like you have to have food and you have to have shelter, and And hopefully a person can get to have clean water and breathe clean air and eat wholesome food, but we have so much of everything affected that by the reptilian aliens, and then we have our ocean being polluted with the Fukushima stuff, and it's just pretty amazing all the things that are taking place affecting us here in our life. So I'd like to talk a little bit about what Daune has to say in the Journey to Real Freedom, a little bit about the astral realm. This can be one of the places, and there are many more, he replied. How many more are there, I asked. I will take you to the other heavens, and you will see for yourself someday. For now, we will take our time and explore this heaven in order for you to have a better understanding of where you are in this life, he said as he stood up, and I followed him. We began to walk down one of the long streets, and as we did, I looked very closely at the buildings. There was so much detail to them, yet they were simple. People were passing all around us, strolling like that of youthful beings. The children here seemed to glow, and they were all so very happy. I was a kid, and I liked to watch other kids and the fun things they did. I would have liked to play with them. I wonder what it would be like to build, I said. As I looked at the structures we passed, then Rebisar began to laugh. I looked at him and wondered why my comment was so funny. Your time will come to know all things, he said, while I wondered what he meant by that. As we walked, I would watch the faces of the people and their expressions. They were all so happy, with not a single grump in the crowd. These people had the freedom to do whatever they wanted here, and all of them seemed to do good things and share with others. Are there any bad people here? I asked. Yes, there are, but not right here. They are in the lower parts of this level. They cannot reach this area because they are not allowed to. On the earth, there is a mixture of people all over the place, but things are different in this position. There are many levels to this heaven that can be explored. Those who come to this place sometimes consider this heaven to be all there is. Everyone here is usually very happy, so motivation to go further into the upper levels is not as great as someone on the earth where life can be harder and very dangerous. Many of these people belong to some form of belief on the earth and other floating rock worlds. And even though they were very good people, they could only get this far and no further because they accepted the ideas of others and limited themselves to their emotional attachments and mental restrictions, he said. That was Rebisar talking to Daune when he was young in this lifetime, about a little bit about the astral place and the different levels, many different levels, and how the people were at the particular level that they were experiencing at that time. So if a person has interest in these other levels of life, the physical, the astral, the causal, the mental, the etheric, then Daune says there's a deep dark border like a shell of an egg around these psych realms, and on the as an example, on the other side, with some real guidance from the universal guides, you can, if we earn our way, by helping share this super knowledge with others, and to escape this prison planet for good, that then we can get into the real universes where there's real freedom and nobody is controlled, and that's where real love is, instead of just the emotional stuff that we seem to think is so important here on Earth, like the most important thing that a lot of us are aware of or know. So anyway, there's lots of information available being given right now. And the new you, for those that are ready, the real guides give us the opportunity to see if we're ready to be sincere and try to learn to be pure of heart and humble and grateful for the help we're given, and to have the opportunity to earn our way into these real universes. We all have forever to experience. So this is one of the things I guess we all have to go through for some reason or other, to experience this lowest of all the realms, which seems to be full of what's called hell in many places. It's trying to make sense of what life's all about, to see if all the things that we've learned through all these lifetimes in the past have brought us to this point right now. And it's up to each of us to decide what we do. And so if anybody's paying attention to what's being offered, to check out the new presentation. I don't know if there's anything else you'd like to say, Val, or anybody.
Dwayne the other day put it this way: it's a recognition, and it's something. The real universe is in the isness. It's you can't define it or describe it. So it has to be a recognition. And he gave this example, like the real guides are like our parents when we're born, when we're infants. We're like infants, basically, in terms of like knowing what's going on in the universe. So the real guides are like our parents. They're like our guides. And when a baby's born, he's just getting used to his body. It takes a while because you're in this strange vehicle from going from just a pure awareness to from a subtle body. Maybe you've been in an astral body, but now you're in this coarse physical thing that feels pain and cold, and it's just really uncomfortable. So it takes a while to get used to it. But as you're doing, though, the parents are there, always watching over it. And then one day, maybe, 8 months, something, let's say, the baby just kind of like just basically has basic needs. You know, he's hungry. He needs his diapers changed and needs to keep warm. But then basically he's just focused on that, you know, getting waste to his body. But then one day he looks up and he makes eye contact with his mother, and there's a recognition, and that's what it is with what we're doing. It's we recognize the real guides. We recognize this reality. It's just a subtle kind of an aha, like, oh, they've been here all the time. It's like the infant. The parents have been there all the time, taking care of them, and just one day there's a recognition of it, and then the awareness becomes even more so, and there's basically a relationship formed, and that's also what we're doing here. How are we relating to this reality and the real guides? It's something that we make a choice to do, and just to make, you know, one has to make a decision to want to become more aware, and then life will come in and guide that person to positions where he can see more. And it's interesting the way it works, that it's very real, and it's here for everybody.
Yeah, thanks again, Val. It's brand new stuff, all right. We've all gone through all the old ancient wisdom and listened to the brilliantly educated minds that do not relate to what is actually taking place here and now on this planet, Earth. Yet many unaware people want to hear the ideas of the know-it-alls that rule this planet and are doing the most harm to the all-natural environment supporting all of us. So if you think that those that are the powers that be on Earth are making this a better world, it doesn't look like you're paying attention to what's really going on. Because they're actually all these psychic or scientific things that they've created on Earth, with all these brilliant minds making atomic bombs that can destroy the air and the Earth itself. There's something a lot better to pay attention to than them. So it's being offered now to check out the new presentation, The Wonderful Worldwide Educators. The modern technology has got its benefits, and it's got its things that are harmful to us too, with these radiation devices. But so far, I guess that they'll be helpful to use for presenting the super knowledge to those that are ready on Earth. So anyway, I guess that's about all I have to say for today. If you have anything else you'd like to add, Val, or anybody?
That's good for me, Tim. Thank you for the show.
Yeah, thanks again for helping present it and giving everybody the opportunity to check it out for themselves. We'll see you soon. We can end by singing the New You. Yeah. New You,